So let's talk about approaching restaurants so that we can maximize the potential with the meals, our members, and them making a profit and being happy. Before we get into that, let's talk about the mistakes that are made. First of all, if it's possible, try to avoid corporately run restaurants. Now, let me tell you why. Corporately run restaurants, for the most part, they're done very efficiently. They've got incredible programs in place. They've got rules. And unfortunately, sometimes the managers are just not flexible, like a mom and pop would be. And with that being said, we've had dealings with the mistake of working with corporations in the past because they were not flexible. Let's talk about some of the mistakes that happen. Number one, oftentimes they want to make sure that all the meals are on one ticket. Well, we have business owners that are attending our meetings, and the business owners need to be able to get their own receipt. So if that's the case and they're not willing to be flexible, they're putting a lot of burden on you. I'm not going to say that some of the chapters don't deal with it. They do. But I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. This is really important. No signing contracts. That's right. No contracts. This should be a relationship where you're simply saying, I'm going to bring attendees here that are going to buy a meal from you, and I'm going to ask you to take the responsibility of just like any restaurant would. If they feel that you have to sign a contract, you're already going down the wrong road, because odds are they're not really good people to work with if they force you into a contract, and this is their way of holding you accountable for something that is out of your control. With all the restaurants that are out there and the way the economy is right now, there's too many restaurants that would love to have your business and would be willing to bend over backwards to support you. So just because you talk to one or two restaurants and things may not work out, please do not stop there. There's plenty of them out there that would love to have you. Another thing that is really important to us, as we go into restaurants, we like to partner with them. Oftentimes corporations are not flexible in this area just because they have their rules. And we like to partner by doing the Fishbowl concept, because their customers can then become our members, and we can bring their customers back repeatedly, where their customers might tend to only come once in a blue moon or may not even come back. So this relationship with the Fishbowl concept, if you haven't seen that video, you've got to see it. It works, it's awesome, and it's a great way to grow your chapter. So I always approach the restaurants and let them know that we have a Fishbowl concept that we'd like to apply here with your restaurant, so we can partner up and not only bring your members into our chapter so that we can, expose them to successful thinkers, but we're going to put money back in your pocket week after week after week. And that's why I like mom and pop restaurants. It also fits our model. Our model is to help the local economy, help the small business owner. And even though you have a corporately run store, that's not a small business owner. There's people from the community that are working there, but it's not a small business owner. So I say this to say, if you focus on the mom and pop owners, even if they're not there on a day-to-day, they have the pulse of what's going on in their restaurant, and they probably have a good relationship with the manager, and they know really what's going on. Hopefully they know what's going on, and it makes it better for us, because you want a positive environment. So I say all this to say, when it comes to going into a corporately owned and run restaurant, if it's your only choice, okay, no problem, but definitely make sure that you find out what the manager's like and how he or she is going to work with you, and it is going to determine how it's going to work with the entire organization on a regular basis. Okay, now I'm going to recommend that you watch the video that we should be able to show to every manager and every restaurant owner. Of course, that's not always going to be possible. They don't always check their emails, and they probably don't even care to. They're going to look at you and listen to you and make their decision based on how you present yourself. But let me give you an example of what I would do if I went into the restaurant to approach them to allow us to come in and be a part of their restaurant during, let's say, lunch. Hi, I'm Jim Bellacera. Is the owner or the manager here? Oh, the manager's here. Fantastic. Could I speak with him? Great. Comes out. Hi, Jim Bellacera. I'm an ambassador with a company called Successful Thinkers Network. We've been around for over 4 years. We've expanded in over 200 locations throughout the country and even around the world with over 90,000 members. We've picked your location in this city to expand another chapter. We would love to do it right here in your restaurant, but I'd like to find out a little bit some of the details and what it would take to make it work, if it would even fit. And so find out what he says, and he said, well, here's some things that I'd like to discuss. Number one, we're used to a price point on our menu of about $8 to $10, including tip. See what they say. Some areas you can't get less than $15. It just is what it is. The other thing is that we prefer not to have one single receipt, simply due to the fact that all of the business owners are business owners and they like to write off on their taxes the receipt for the meal. And if they say, well, you have to work with us, this is going to become your decision. We have chapters that actually work with the restaurants, and they collect the money and they do things that make it work. If they say they'll create special menus for us, then you can create a special, restaurants actually do this for us. They actually make a flyer with the name of our restaurant, our Successful Thinkers Network, and they put their menus on there, and then we just circle which one that we want, and it's real simple. So once we've gone through that process, we're great. I can see this is going to be an exciting place for us to grow into. And hopefully we can grow, if it makes sense, grow so big that we get inside your main part of your restaurant. Anyways, that would be real exciting for them if they're slow during that day. So from there, you just kind of start the conversation, just kind of move forward and create a meeting from a meeting, and let your co-ambassadors know what you're doing and where you've negotiated the potential restaurant, the price point, and just get ready to go. It's really simple. But I'm going to tell you, your posture will be strong if you watch the video before you go. Plus, when you know the numbers, the kind of money we can add to their bottom line, it's pretty impressive. And you have to think about that to make you feel good about what you're doing for them. It's not what they're doing for you. Another thing that you want to mention, you might want to just put it on a small little piece of paper and write it down in little bullet points. Another thing you want to mention is that we also offer social media for free for you. In other words, because it's part of what we do naturally, you're going to inherit a huge benefit from us. We're on Facebook and meetup.com. We send emails back and forth, and we have word of mouth. All four of those things are constantly done on a daily, weekly basis to promote our events each week, if you do a weekly one. If it's monthly, then each month. And because of that, you're getting ranked higher on the search engines. If they understand what that means, they should be excited. If they don't understand what that means, it's a foreign language. It means nothing to them. And so you just got to tell them how important it is. Well, just so you understand that restaurants that don't do anything with the search engines and with social media, they're getting killed by those who do. And the more that you're elevated on the search engines through other people, not you, just you, but through other people talking about you, elevating you, mentioning you in their invites and on Facebook and meetup.com, that adds to you what they call ranking, and you end up getting elevated at a higher level, which means that your restaurant gets more attention on the internet than maybe some of the other local restaurants right around you that could dilute your business. Without us, but with us, we could hopefully add a benefit to your daily, weekly, and monthly business. And then you want to tell them about the Fishbowl. Mr. Manager, one of the things that we do that we just love and really appreciate the collaboration and partnership that we've had with other restaurants is we ask them to allow us to put a fishbowl or a basket, a drawing box, that's for a free drawing. So what happens is your customers, when they are leaving, they'll put in their business card for a free drawing that we'll take care of it. If you want to give a meal away, that's great, and we'd love to have that as a secondary option, but we have another one that we use. And as they leave their business cards in there, we're going to call them up. We're going to send them email and promote your restaurant as a place to come to network for their business. So we're going to help them grow their business, which means that we're going to help you get your business back rather than wait till they decide to come back on some other day or maybe not ever come back. Because of our efforts, we're going to be an added benefit to the success of your restaurant. I'm just throwing these things out. These are bullet point things that you really want to make sure you discuss and lay it out there for him or her so that they can understand the power and the value that you bring to the table. Because in these economic times, they need you.